This is a mini web app that I launched a few weeks back, a sensory reset menu, and it's had 68 active users so far. And I built it completely solo with no coding experience, no design experience, just me and AI. So I used AI to vibe code this entire thing in a matter of just a few hours. And actually, here's a hot take. Everyone obsesses over vibe coding the apps. Like, that's not where the real challenge is. The hard part is actually finding a problem that people will actually pay for. Like, it's getting your first customers. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through my exact blueprint to go from zero to creating and selling a mini web app using AI. And I'm going to show you how to avoid the exact mistakes that cost me months and thousands of dollars. And if you want to deep dive and get real feedback on your mini web apps and digital marketing strategies, I actually built a community specifically for that. So inside the AI Profit Lab, you get full step-by-step tutorials, personalized feedback, and a network of like-minded builders like yourself. In short, everything you need to go from idea to building your first profitable mini web app much faster. The link is in the description, so join it now if you're interested in learning more. All right, now let's jump into the blueprint. Phase one is all about finding a problem we're solving and making sure people will actually pay for it. Because most people skip this step and then they end up wondering why they spent months building something that nobody wants, and they end up also burning thousands of dollars on vibe coding tools and API fees, and then they realize that they simply created a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. So let's make sure that you don't do the same thing. So here's what I want you to do. You're gonna go to Perplexity and you're gonna give it this prompt. And I'll make this prompt available for you in the description. So what this prompt does is that it gives you a list of real pain points. It also looks at different market gaps and product ideas that actually fit the problem. Now, let me show you exactly what I did. So I knew from my years of selling on Etsy that the ADHD niche is a great niche, right? And some of the ADHD planners are generating as much as 6 figures on Etsy. Now, let's be honest though. In 2026, even with a strong micro niche and a well-made template, the competition is hard to beat because there's thousands of ADHD tools that already exist. Some are great and solid, and some just simply aren't. And creating a generic ADHD digital planner or ADHD workbook won't be enough to stand out in 2026. Hence, that is when I stumbled across Sarah Pearl, who just launched a manifestation app called Stella. And something clicked. It just hit me. Interactive apps are the next big thing, and it's the next big wave in digital products. So I actually went down a rabbit hole figuring out what was possible with zero coding experience. And that is how I landed on vibe coding and the idea for my own ADHD reset app. Now, it took me some trial and error to get the mini web app to behave like I wanted to. And I was really quick to create a brand new Threads account straight afterwards and started engaging with other folks in the ADHD niche. And within 3 weeks, I had one of my posts go viral, and soon after that, I got my 12 users. And soon after that, I generated my first 12 sales. So you see, every digital product success story starts with picking the right niche and the right product and the right problem, right? And so when it comes to validating your idea, it all comes down to one question. Are people already paying for something like this? And if they're not paying for anything similar, well, your idea probably won't work. But if they're already spending money on existing solutions, you know that there's real demand. And that's how you actually avoid wasting months building something that nobody wants. All right, so phase 2 is the actual building process. And this is where AI has completely changed the game. So you're probably wondering, well, what is vibe coding? So vibe coding basically means using AI plus plain English. So what you do is that you explain the vision of the app that you want to build, you describe what you want, and then AI generates the code for you. So instead of having to learn JavaScript, React, databases, and all that nerdy technical stuff, you just tell AI, like, I want a simple mini web app where somebody inputs how they're feeling and it gives them a personalized ADHD reset routine with breathing exercises and focus timer. And it pretty much builds it out for you. Now, by no means is this magic, right? You still need to figure out all the different states and pages that you want to include. You also need to test the app to make sure that there's no bugs, and then you fix it and refine it. But the barrier of entry is like 1% of what it used to be. So let me break down the vibe coding tool landscape because this can be a little confusing. There are basically 4 stages. That's how I see it. So stage 1 is either you using Base 44, Lovable, Canva AI. So you can start here if you've never built anything before, because these are the best for absolute beginners. Although it's important to understand that they have very limited features and can only help in creating very simple mini web apps. Stage 2 is when you start experimenting with Vault, Replit, and Emergent. So these tools would work well for most people watching this video. They're user-friendly, but powerful enough for full stack apps, right? So my favorite is Lovable and Bolt for the user experience. Stage 3 is when you start using Cursor AI or Anti-Gravity. So they come very handy when stage 2 tools keep breaking, and they come with actually like more control, but it does require a little bit more tech savviness and ability to troubleshoot. So I would advise to not start here unless you have some technical background. Then we have stage 4 with Cloud Code and full development environments. So they work incredibly well for complex products at scales, but I don't recommend that you start here. In fact, you should only move here when you're ready to scale your MVP. So my recommendation is start with Lovable and don't overthink it. And the moment that you feel frustrated and stuck because of the capabilities of your vibe coding tool, then move on to the next stage and start experimenting. So let me show you exactly how I built my first MVP. So the actual build took about 2 weeks, but that included me traveling and also procrastinating, let's be honest. The hands-on work, maybe it took like total 10 to 20 hours total. Here's what my MVP did. User take a mini quiz. It asks questions based on their mood, and it gives them some reset options based on where they are and how they feel. And this is the key. Start with the absolute simplest version that proves the core value. Don't add every feature you can think of. And also, don't try to compete with established mobile apps from day one. Just build the core loop and think about what is your core loop. So for me, that core loop was tool for people to reset their moods on the go. And once that worked, everything else was just refinement. And here's what the vibe coding process actually looks like. So I'm in Lovable and I tell it what I want, and it essentially generates codes for me, and then I simply test it. And if it breaks, I tell it, okay, try to fix XYZ. And then I continue tweaking it until it gives me what I want. And now something worth noting is that sometimes if Lovable is actually not cooperating with you and the other versions that you created get messier, this is normal. And what I recommend that you actually do is simply start from scratch, but prompt it differently. So then I re-prompt it and I also tell it what I don't want. And then I keep on tweaking it until I get exactly what I want. And then I continue this loop until it works. So yes, sometimes it can be a little frustrating. Is it gonna get buggy? Yes. But here's the thing. You just notice where the bugs and the errors are. And when you open like a brand new chat on Lovable, you make sure to omit that part, right? So don't expect perfection right away, but simply by reiterating, you'll get better at it and you'll start getting better mini web apps. So your first version definitely will have bugs, and also will teach you as to what you need to give Lovable so you have a better prompt to create a full-blown mini web app with all the different states and all the different pages and all the different quizzes that you want within the specific app. And listen, it's not gonna be perfect from the get-go, and that's fine. So phase 3 is all about getting your first paying customers. And this can feel like the hardest thing in the world. But after years of experiencing selling online, I've realized that sales is actually really straightforward. And instead of actually spreading myself too thin, I focus on threads. So what I did is that I posted different types of posts, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. And then I also engaged with other folks who were talking about ADHD or suffering from ADHD. I actually scraped and listened to their problems to make sure that the app that I had created makes sense. And only after I was sure that my app would actually give them some value did I recommend for them to use it. And then also at times, just FYI, I actually encourage people to test it and give me feedback. So within 3 weeks, I had my first 18 active users. Now, please note, I'm not selling my app via the App Store or the Android store. I build my own landing page, or you can also use Gumroad to sell it out. The launch is only a big deal to you if you haven't launched yet. Like once you launch, you realize it doesn't matter at all. Like the hard work is sticking with it and improving the product over time. So if you want a deeper breakdown of how to build a content strategy, specifically for threads, I actually have a full video on that linked right here. So make sure to go watch that next because I have explained everything in detail there. And by the way, guys, like the same method can also be applied across any text-based app that you build on other platforms. The content angle might change, but the strategy stays exactly the same. And by the way, it does not have to be video content at all. Listen, like I tried this exact approach on LinkedIn and saw great results. So if writing comes more naturally to you, and by the way, with writing as well, like you can use AI to help you with the writing of your social media posts. Obviously, make sure it doesn't sound robotic, but for me, especially as a beginner, it's easier for you to get more traction with written social media content than it is with video content. But if you're comfortable on camera and actually enjoy filming and have the time for it, well then creating long form and short form content on YouTube or other platforms is also an option. But again, I just don't recommend it for beginners or solo entrepreneurs starting out because the time investment is significant and there are faster ways to get your first customers without building a whole content production setup from day one. Phase 4. Once your app is live and working, you have two really strong options for how to use it as part of your business. So the first is to offer it as perhaps like a free lead magnet. So give people access to the mini app in exchange for their email address, because this is gonna help you build your list and it's gonna also help you build, validate everything that you build after. And then you get people to experience your product firsthand. And then this creates like a natural path to a paid offer down the line. Now, the second step is to sell it as a low ticket product. So anywhere between $7 to $27, depending on the depth and the value of what it does. Because let's face it, like low ticket products remove the barrier to purchase and it simply gets buyers from day one into your ecosystem. As well, it opens the door to higher ticket offers later and what you're trying to build toward and what you're trying to accomplish. And the app itself does not need to be perfect or complex. It just needs to solve one specific problem clearly enough that someone either hands over their email or pulls out their credit card. Listen, the goal is never to just get one sale. It's to create a sequence that leads a buyer naturally from one thing to the next. So each one delivering enough value that the next offer feels like the obvious step forward, so that your mini web app fits perfectly at the entry point of that stack. So whether you offer it for free in exchange for an email, or you sell it as a low ticket product, it is the first handshake between you and your buyer. And by the way, like make sure to start with sending emails from day one. Like whatever platform you sell on, your priority should be collecting emails. So for instance, like a Gumroad buyer is a platform buyer first. Like you don't necessarily own that relationship, but your email list is the only audience you actually own, and it is what makes every future launch happen faster. So even let's say if you start on Gumroad, I recommend that you also make sure to email folks directly once they've had that purchase and start building your email list from day one, even if you sell on Gumroad. And once you have enough customers, I do recommend that you start building your own landing page, either using Go High Level, or you can even have a lead magnet using Lovable. Now, I have a detailed 5 email sequence that I use in the past to convert Etsy buyers in this video here, that you can actually use it for Gumroad customers as well. So make sure to watch it next for better and deeper understanding of a successful email funnel. But make sure, as my recommendation, to build your own landing page early. And listen, it's not as frightening as it seems. Like Go High Level has actually a bunch of pre-made landing page templates that are easy to use even with no technical background. So you can create a very simple landing page with a clear headline, a short description of what the app does. Make sure that you have also a good mock-up of the app, and then obviously an email opt-in. Like really, that's all you need to start. And this is going to become, if you will, kind of like your home base, right? This is where you're going to direct all your social media traffic to. Or if you have like a Gumroad store, we'll start bringing people to your landing page as well. And over time, this page is actually going to do more for your business than any marketplace listing, because every visitor who opts in belongs to your list permanently. So here's a stack that I recommend that you have. First, a free or low ticket app that captures attention and delivers a quick win. Then you have the email opt-in on your landing page. And then that obviously captures the email, the relationships. Then you have the follow-up email sequence where you pretty much like introduce your next offer. You also introduce yourself, what you're all about. You also include like a mini course or a paid community or a higher ticket product built around the same problem that your mini web app solves. So each product in the stack earns the right to introduce you to the next one because the buyer already trusts you from the value that they received before. So this is how I went from an idea to my first 68 active buyers in just a few weeks as somebody with no technical background. And the crazy part, this wasn't even possible just last year. AI has completely democratized software development. Like, we no longer need to know how to code. You don't need venture capital like you used to. You don't need a technical co-founder. You just need an idea and a problem that people want to solve, AI tools to build it, and the willingness to put it out there before it's perfect. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one problem you understand deeply, validate it using AI and using the Perplexity prompt that I provided you, and spend this weekend building a super simple MVP. Don't overthink it, just build the core value and launch it. Now, if you want the resources and in-depth tutorial for building different mini web apps, or you just want to create alongside fellow entrepreneurs, then consider joining my community. I've got lots of goodies available like behind the paywall, and trust me, you cannot get your hands on it a second sooner. Join the community now and I'll see you inside. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.